Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Alter Ego Report. I'm John Griffin.
I'm Lynn.
Today we're going to be reviewing Dunkirk, the latest movie from visionary filmmaker Christopher Nolan of Dark Knight fame and one of my personal favorite movies. Actually, you know what? He's got a lot of my personal favorite movies.
Yeah, he's
Memento.
Really love the movie.
What was the movie we just rewatched for the 100th time? The Prestige.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. And then, of course, the Batman trilogy with Dark Knight. This movie focuses on a little-known story that I actually wasn't familiar with. I really liked a lot of history and World War II stuff.
I wasn't
familiar with the Battle of Dunkirk, where essentially combined Allied forces of British and French forces are trapped on the beaches of Dunkirk with enemies surrounding them on all sides. They drop in little flyers from the plane that says, like, "You're here, we are here, and you're trapped." It's close to 400,000 men trapped on a beach, freezing, starving. A lot of them are wounded, and they're all just waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting for ships to come and pick them up and take them across the channel back to England.
Well, they didn't know that at first. Like, the actual soldiers, at least the way the story in the
they had the ships come in, and they were like loading them on. They were in line and loading people in.
Oh, you mean the destroyers?
Yeah, exactly, the destroyers. The problem is U-boats, one by one, popping them off. And so you have this situation. It stars Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy, but you almost get the sense that it doesn't star anybody.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't focus on... It focuses on a couple of characters that you see over and over again. It's just more really about the experience of what these guys were going through. The most interesting part about this movie is how Christopher Nolan has shot it in time.
Mm-hmm. It was super confusing at first. Like, I didn't read anything about it, so I had no idea that when I was going to sit down and I saw the first scene and it goes, okay, 1 week. Like, wait, 1 week what? 1 week from what? And then we see the next part, the sea or whatever it was, and it's like...
Yeah, the sea was 1 day.
1 day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 1 day from what? It's like, I don't know what we're talking about here. And then the air, and it's 1 hour. And then you slowly watch everything come together to the point of...
Where they're saving the people.
Where they're actually being saved. And it was a week ago, it was a day ago, and it was an hour ago.
Yeah, well, essentially, The scenes that we see on the beach take place over the period of a time frame of a week. The scenes where you concentrate more on one small sailing boat, a civilian boat that's coming over to help pick up
and there spans
about a day. And then Tom Hardy plays a fighter pilot who his scenes all take place within about an hour. And this movie was, at the same time, there was something very special about this movie. And at the same time, I wanted a tad more, but I can't tell you what else I wanted more. I can't, because essentially, it's not, I'll put it this way, it's not as good as movies get.
No, it was filmed like as good as movies get.
Yeah, it's as good as film. Yeah, I agree. It's as good as filmmaking gets.
Yes.
Just not as good as movies get. So, because on a technical aspect, Christopher Nolan is a surgeon, and we're just watching him operate. I'd say another aspect of this movie that really, really hit home for me, and I think it should win an Oscar for this, or at least should be nominated, sound design. From the first bullet that cracks, it kind of... I don't know what they do, but it kind of threw me back in the seat. So everything from the bullets going off, the waves crashing, the guys running, just the heels and heels on the stone side, on the stone pavement, the airplanes, the explosions, everything's just so visceral. And I know exactly what you were just making this sound for. The score is nerve-wracking. It almost...
You're sitting there like biting your nails.
It's a constantly ominous score that makes you nervous just sitting there, because at any point another attack could happen, and they don't give you a break.
No.
It's 2 hours, and what else is good? It's this ominous tone, and in the background of it, it's a ticking clock. It's always there. The whole movie, it's there, and you would think it would get on your nerves, but it doesn't. It just completely envelops you in the situation.
I was nervous.
And it was only when the movie stopped, you're like, oh, jeez, that was something else. Like I felt like that all came together to show me something special. But like I said, it still wasn't. I felt something was missing as far as a huge operation, like saving 400,000 men. Nolan really narrowed this down to a small scale event.
You saw like a small piece of it. It wasn't like the big thing.
And it was interesting, like they didn't include Churchill, who who came up with the operation and gave the orders for these to conscript these civilian boats to go help get these boys off the beach.
They didn't need to see him.
But they did kind of. The guy read the newspaper with his speech at the end. But I thought having a look, get some Churchill in there, man. Everybody, Churchill.
I didn't feel like that hurt it at all. I don't feel like I would have liked it more if Churchill was in it.
It's a complaint from me. What do you want to do?
I thought the movie was really good, but same thing. Like, it was so well done, and it's such a great story, and you're just sitting there, and you're feeling everything that these characters are going through, because again, like the score, it doesn't give you any rest. But then you're done, and you're kind of like,
it's just a little. It's I don't know how to explain it any other than it's a master class in filmmaking that makes a pretty good movie.
It made a good movie. I did enjoy the movie.
The acting is great. What is going to be your score on Dunkirk?
I'm going to say it's a 7.
I'm going to go right there with you. 7.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 for Dunkirk.
I want to give it a higher score. But I mean,
Yeah, but nothing blew me away other than the technical filmmaking stuff.
Right, nothing blew me away. It was an interesting movie to watch.
Yeah, I'm glad
and
I
watched recommend sitting down to watch it. I think it's a movie people should watch, but I'm not going to watch it over and over again.
No, it's so good that I don't need to see it again. It's kind of one of those movies. Like, it's great. There are movies out there where I'm so happy with having watched it and have the same, like, I never need to see that again. I've done that lots of times, and this is one of those movies. I'm going to add that to that list. So we're both going to give Dunkirk a 7 out of 10.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, so much for watching our review of Dunkirk. Feel free to leave a message down below. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe.
And if you want to see more in-depth reviews, head over to the website, alteregoreport.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.